Let's come back inside the Bill Crothers Secondary School Gymnasium. 2 more games on the schedule to round out the 2024 OSBA Fall Showcase. This one features Orangeville Prep in the red versus Code National. We've seen both Code games, and we've highlighted Jacob Sannon, Xavier Snag, Amari Lincoln, Austin Caesar. Our first look here at Orangeville Prep, we know a couple of the players. Demetrius Woodard, one of the ones that stands out. It is the Cougars with the first possession. Sannon at the top directing traffic. Stagnant possession. Jack Brumley at the top now. Looking for some players to move. Brumley 3, well wide. Baseline number 15, Lucas Jendruziak gets it in to Joel Campbell, gives it right back. Woodard far side now. Owen Campbell gives it up. Lamar Murray. Nice ball movement, but congestion down low. Orangeville turnover. Jacob Sannon waiting for action. Thompson Bataka down low. Ball batted around. Rebound corralled by Murray and given to Jendruziak. Murray in the corner. Feet set. Toe on the line. Doesn't go. Sannon collects the ball.
We had the privilege of talking to Sannon yesterday, and he shared with us how, one, he's from New York, so he's been one of those players that has been able to come from the States to join this Canadian prep program, specifically Ontario-based. And we asked him, we're like, your play style resembles a lot of quick athleticism. Where does that stem from? And he says, I played a lot of street ball. And it was simple as that,
and
and
that's
it
the
shows.
dominant style of ball in New York, right? You think of Rutgers Park, and you think of any outdoor parks, always got somebody playing, somebody hooping, if not a competitive game going on.
It also shows to his true ability to really fight through contact, because when you grow up playing street basketball, there's no officials, there's nobody really saying, oh, that's
It's
a foul,
tough.
bring it back. It's hard.
It's almost a different sport.
Exactly. So that mindset is why I think he's able to lead Coach so well.
Thompson Bataka drains both free throws, opens the scoring for the Colts. Jendruziak to Woodard, far side. Woodard working into the paint. Now kicks it to the near corner. Shot too strong. Chasing down the rebound. Owen Campbell keeps it alive. Jendruziak pulls up from the mid-range. Yes. Lucas Jendruziak, the big man, showing he's got fine touch with it as well. Thompson Bataka now takes the ball from Sannon. Amari Lincoln's shot is off the mark. Demetrius Woodard, Jendruziak from a few feet before he just scored. Now Murray trying to fight for the rebound, battling a few black jerseys, and then throws it out of bounds. Code ball. Three straight possessions. Sannon's giving it to Bataka on that side. It looks like they're going right at Demetrius Woodard. Jack Brumley gets the rebound and gets the second chance opportunity. So we'll have to keep the tabs on that. The ball coming from the hands of Sannon, trying to get Thompson Bataka working early. Orangeville. Jendruziak hands it off to Woodard. Now it's in the hands of Campbell. Blocking foul on Jack Brumley as Campbell was headed down into the painted area. Jendruziak in the far corner. Amari Lincoln with the active hands, knocking that ball loose. Owen Campbell hands it off to Joel Campbell, then dives. Ball on the near side. Lamar Murray steps into a three. Back iron. Three white, three black jerseys fighting for the rebound. Quick pass. Thompson Bataka, 1-2 stepping into the lane. Leaves it short. Campbell corrals it. That's Joel Campbell. Woodard for three. Too far. And right into traffic. Ill-advised pass. Orangeville Prep continue to put pressure on. Just 2 points so far. A couple of good looks. Campbell to Campbell, moving downhill, losing the handle and turning it over. Code National Cougars with a trio of substitutions for Orangeville Prep. In comes Isaac Kenny, Cohen Bell, and Carson Hale. It's Sannon over the timeline for the Cougars. And more action for Thompson Bataka. This time he'll work on Isaac Kenny. Kenny stays with him step for step. Amari Lincoln wants it. Amari Lincoln looking for anybody to give it to. Resetting at the top. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Lincoln wants it back. Mid-range Jimmy. Lincoln short. Jędrusiak picks up the loose ball. Time and space. Kenny near iron. Tries to save it, but is out of bounds before touching the ball.
Everything we've seen from Amari Lincoln so far during this tournament, and we've had the privilege of watching a lot of Code Academy's games so far.
All three this weekend.
And I've yet to see any solid post work down low. We've seen spurts of it, and we've seen times where he has the ability, but it's either he does it maybe twice, and then he kind of leaves it to the wayside and tries to force shots or tries to start a baseline drive from the three-point line. But we've yet to see any consistency from him because he, one, has the size, and two, the skill to post somebody up down low, get the ball, and we can see Coach actually showing him. He's posting him up. Coach is showing him how he wants him to be playing. I know that he has the capabilities of doing so. It's just for some reason, whatever it might be, maybe he's trying to switch up his gameplay, maybe add a few shooting pieces to his style of play, but he's not really adding it into the game like I would like to see from him.
Well, after that quick timeout, we'll see if he approaches things differently on the offensive side, as Code Cougars do have possession of the ball. Jacob Sannon walks into a three-point. That rings around. Rebound put back. Lucas Desjardins, the 2026. And he's had impactful minutes off the bench. Cohen Bell turns the corner, gets to the rack. Foul's going to be called. He'll go to the free throw line. So just one made field goal in over 4 minutes of play in the first quarter for the Orangeville Prep squad. Amari Lincoln snatches that rebound. Sannon to Desjardins. Resetting to Sannon. Sannon looking left. Here's Amari Lincoln using his body. Hop step into the middle. Doesn't get the finish. And there is a foul. It's going to be against Orangeville Prep. Isaac Kenny back in. Desjardins gets the ball back up to the top. Amari Lincoln inside. Almost 5 white jerseys, 5 red jerseys collapsing. He still gets to the rack and makes the play.
That's it. That's what we
what you
need.
want,
That's
right?
the consistency that he can play at. He's doing himself a disservice by not allowing that style of play to show through.
Joel Campbell to the corner. Shots up and bottom, Carson Hale. Good recognition to get that ball to the open shooter. Thompson Bataka, floater, leaves it short. Bobbled around. Amari Lincoln gets it. Tacks underneath and gets the roll as he hits the deck. So now starting to use his size a little more. Amari Lincoln. Hale, downhill. Shooter in the corner. Is Maxwell Matcham no good? Desjardins, corner 3 off the iron. Thompson Bataka gets the loose ball and puts it back for 2. 12-6. The Cougars lead. Under 2 remaining in the opening quarter. Joel Campbell working on Sannon. Sannon doing a good job keeping Campbell in front of him. Matcham. Going to be a foul on the floor and a pair of substitutions as Woodard checks back in. And checking in for code for the first time is Ben Pearson, number 13 in black.
I don't know if Amari Lincoln, all he needed to finally assert some dominance down on the block was getting his coach to box him out, specifically calling a timeout to box him out in front of everybody. I mean, whatever works. We've seen 2 tries and 2 attempts now where he's been successful, so I just want him to continue to build off of that.
The missed 3 from the hands of Matcham, and now it's Sannon into the front court. Gives it up to the rebounder, Thompson Bataka. Scoop, no. Right there, Pearson gets the second chance opportunity, can't convert. Joel Campbell away with it. Orangeville on the hunt now, into the paint. Cohen Bell trying a flurry of spin moves. Gets it back to Maxwell Matcham. And D. Woodard on the far side. Corner, shots up, Cohen Bell, splash. This is I thought this was a rare occurrence for the net to be, stuck on the rim like that after a pure shot. I'm going to say a dozen of them we've seen so far this weekend.
It's almost every other 3, I would say. The mesh is getting stuck.
Mari Lincoln goes for the steal and doesn't pick up an assignment. And a second chance opportunity and one. Carson Hale, big time basket.
And just like that, they're back in it. We saw at least at one point a 5-point lead. Now we're at a deficit of just 1 point, which I'm assuming after this it's going to be tied.
Okay, well,
I'm testing it out.
Okay,
we're testing it out today because I haven't tested it yet. So we're going to see. Hey,
nailed it.
Interesting. First time.
Tied at 12, 28.8 left in the first frame. Here's Samson Sosu. Gives it up. Sannon dancing with it at the 3-point line. Picks up the dribble. Finds a cutter. Xavier snag. Can't get it to go. 12 seconds left. Orangeville prep. It's Campbell. Gives it up. Bell. And we have a travel call. So with 5 seconds left, the Cougars can't take the lead. Samson Sannon. Samson Sosu gets it to Jacob Sannon using glass to bounce it in. 3-point lead at the end of the first quarter for Code National.
Correct me if I'm wrong, JJ, but at least from what I remember when I grew up playing basketball, it was almost either one of 2 things. One, if you're going to do a bank shot, you have to call bank or it doesn't count. I think with the amount of bank threes that we've seen this weekend, it's safe to say that rule's been taken away. Second, refs wouldn't let you on the floor if your jersey wasn't tucked in.
Yeah, that's the one point of contention.
Right? It's interesting to me. I don't know. Maybe it's changed. Maybe I need to kind of update myself on the attire. But it's like, I thought that you weren't allowed on the court unless your jersey was tucked in. Mainly because I would, if I was a defender and your back is to me, I'm not saying I would do this, but I would have the option of bunching up your jersey and
Yeah.
holding on to it and then letting it go and being like, I wasn't holding.
You're that kind of player, are you?
I'm not confirming nor denying, but I'm saying with the jerseys not being tucked in, it kind of lends itself to that,
You're right.
you know?
And I think it's just for like the cleanliness of, the look and the uniform.
Yeah.
And like I understand when it comes untucked in game because of the amount of motion, range of motion you're going through. But you're right. That is something that, officials used to make sure you were doing before you stepped onto the court.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the same thing with like jewelry, earrings, necklaces, just jersey tucked in. It's just not giving any reason for yourself to get injured or for a player to get injured because of something you're doing.
I mean, looking at the floor right now, there is only one player with their jersey tucked in. It is Xavier Snag in his senior year at Code National.
It's interesting. It's interesting. You know what? There's a new wave. There's a new wave upon us. It's a wave of untucked jerseys.
Second quarter about to get underway. Scores table needs to reset the foul counts for each side. Woodard collects the inbound pass. Moving downhill into the paint, loses the handle. But there to bail him out was Owen Campbell. Going up and under, second chance opportunity, no good. And last touched by Ben Pearson. So Orangeville get the ball on the baseline. Oh, correction, they're going to give it to the Cougars. Jacob Sannon, no one picks him up, so he walks into a three. That one's strong. And Snag tries to corral it, but lets it go out of bounds. And a timeout on the floor. Just 20 seconds into the second quarter. And we have a timeout to talk things over. Isaac Kenny on the sideline gets it into Bell. Orangeville Prep into the front court now. Bell working to his left. Nicely read by Austin Caesar, and he absorbs some contact going up. So going to the free throw line and upset with himself for not finishing the play, but Austin Caesar has a chance to put two on the board here and extend this lead up to potentially 5 for Code. Gets the friendly roll on the first. Caesar perfect from the line on the trip. It's a 5-point lead for the Cougars over Orangeville Prep early in the second quarter. Bell hands it off to Kenny. Kenny working to the left, back on the near side now. Bell. Sosu guarding him closely. Turn around from the free throw line. Bell's shot is pure. No one picked up Sannon the last time down the court. This time, Wooters does. In the corner, Xavier Snag off iron. Samson Sosu trying to save it. Instead, knocks it out of bounds. And you can hear the Orangeville prep coaching team imploring the defense to box out.
They're watching a little too much, especially when there's 3 jerseys down low. Coach should not even be getting a hand on that.
It's Hale, top side, looking downhill. Gives it up to Matcham. Max Matcham, handoff. Bell off the iron, and Sannon gets the rebound. Cougars out on the run. Sannon moving in, nothing there. Pushing the pace the other way, Orangeville. Into the corner, feet set, shots up, bottom. Evan Wooters. Scratch that, Isaac Kenny from Evan Wooters. Samson Sosu down on the block. Got to clear out now, let the big man go to work. It's Pearson making the move. Nice cut by Snag. Left-hand floater falls through. Isaac Kenny down to Hale. Hale gonna work baseline. Gets the step, kicks it back out. Shot is up and bottom. Max Matcham. Orangeville lead by 1.
Seems like the 3 game is pretty consistent along a number of players here on the Orangeville roster.
Xavier Snag kicks it back out. Sannon up and good. All it takes is 1 shot to get hot, so keep your eyes on number 8 in black, Jacob Sannon. He had 28 points in their opening game against Ridley College. He can be a threat at all 3 levels. And there is Cohen Bell with a nice jumper.
After watching, as you mentioned, JJ, we've seen all three of Code's games so far. From the first game, Sannon was vital with 28 points. More so, and then in the second, he was still getting some points, but he played more of a facilitator role.
And that was by design, right?
Exactly. He mentioned to us that he wanted to kind of see if he could fulfill more of the playmaking abilities and not really attribute too much on the scoring end. And again, this is a preseason tournament. You're meant to be feeling things out, seeing what sticks. But now it looks like he's trying to incorporate both together, both on the scoring end and on his playmaking side as well.
Nice little step into the lane. Evan Wooters gets the nice finish there. Some people calling for a travel. Look clean up here. Samson Sosu directing traffic, guarded closely by Isaac Kenny. Trying to get around the first line of defense. Jacob Sannon does, and then is fouled as he is shooting, so to the free throw line. As you see Austin Caesar on the near side, anticipating that pass the whole way. And it is a hockey substitution for Orangeville. 5 in, 5 out. Sannon misses the first. The second's off the mark as well. Brumley held down, and so a foul's going to go on Owen Campbell. The Colts maintain possession. Another timeout, this one called by the Cougars, and it is timeout central to start this game. We're seeing a couple of different offensive sets here run by Code National. The first 5 I counted had Jacob Sannon bringing the ball up the court. Coming from the weak side, Thompson Bataka underneath the screen, getting it on the far side and making a move to the basket. Now we're seeing a little bit more high-low action and pick and roll stuff. So
I also think that Code does a good job of designing plays for whoever they have on the floor. And I know for some people that might be an obvious thing to think, but sometimes you can get so reliant on set plays that you have that you don't cater to the specific skill set of the players that you do have at your disposal. So you've noticed too with Amari Lincoln, they want him to be more down low. Then you have plays where Bataka is along the side. Sometimes when Desjardins is on, he will start on the outside because he can also shoot a three, but he's not afraid to kind of get in and get low and go through contact. So they're really able to accommodate all their players' assets with all the plays that they have set up.
Here's Lincoln going up strong, and meeting him there at the top was Owen Campbell, but unable to alter the shot enough to create a miss. Woodard in the corner, working baseline, dribbles it out of bounds. We are past the halfway mark of the second quarter as Jacob Sannon trots over half. And here's that Sannon to Bataka play that we talked about earlier. A job, but then for a split second had him wrapped up, and that's where the foul is called. I think he got maybe a hand or something in the face, clutching his nose here, Amari Lincoln. He'll be okay. Continue on. Jacob Sannon, guarded by Lamar Murray. Amari Lincoln working on Campbell again, and Lincoln gets the better of the matchup again.
You know, for some players, it takes them a little bit longer to warm up and to get into true form. For Amari Lincoln, we're noticing now in the final game that we're going to see of him in this tournament, he's finally showing what I would hope we can expect from him during the rest of the season.
A lot of the trouble with him in the earlier games came from the double and triple teams, and we'll see if Orangeville decides to throw something like that at him and how he responds to that.
Seems like that might be making an immediate impact with the recent sub we have here from Orangeville. Bit of a height difference now they're applying on Amari.
Carson Hale getting the primary guarding responsibilities. Thompson Bataka working into the paint, gets to the hoop, and the ball rolls around the rim before dropping.
I don't know if anyone noticed, but smart play on Amari Lincoln. He was getting out of the way, but at the same time, he was backing up into his defender to really just create an easy lane to the net.
End-to-end run, Demetrius Woodard. (28-26) is the score as we approach the 2-minute mark of quarter number 3. No one on Sannon, so he dials it up. Nothing there. Brumley fighting for the rebound, but it's Jendrusiak coming away with it. Now traipsing up the left-hand side into the middle of the paint. Austin Caesar goes for the steal ahead of everybody as Jacob Sannon into the body. Can't complete the play. Foul is going to go on Joel Campbell. Four fouls on Orangeville Prep to 0 for the Cougars in this quarter. Sannon makes it a 4-point game. Campbell to Jendrusiak. Woodard now back up to the top. So they send 3 down to the baseline. Campbell hands it off to Jendrusiak into the corner. Shooters up off the mark, rebounded by Bataka. Here's Jacob Sannon. Loses the handle and dribbles it out of bounds, just moving a little too quickly. Maybe trying to make the next play before securing the ball on the first play. Joel Campbell up the middle over the timeline, guarded by Austin Caesar. Here's Campbell, waiting for some action. Woodard up top, to the left. Floater, no. Caesar on the run. Gonna slow it down, wait for some teammates. Sannon now far side, down low, Brumley. Woodard gets the loose ball. It is Orangeville out on the run, 2-on-1. Woodard keeps Amari Lincoln with the rejection behind the back. Lamar Murray shots up, no. Jendrusiak there, but Lincoln comes away with the loose ball. Nice pass down low to Brumley. The big-to-big action. Gotta love it.
Orangeville coach was calling for a travel on that one. I don't know. I mean, it looked like a clean step through to me.
Austin Caesar goes for the steal and is going to be called for the foul. It was kind of a loose ball. Joel Campbell couldn't corral the pass from his teammate. 36.2 remaining, 32-26. Code National up over Orangeville Prep in this penultimate game of the 2024 OSBA Fall Showcase. Jędrusiak making a move, looking to get a shot up. Woodard now steps in. Jędrusiak has his defender come out on him, fading away off the iron and into the hands of Caesar. Under 20 seconds left in the opening half.
Code Academy coaches calling for one shot. They're going to run this clock down to nothing. Get the final shot
Jacob
of the first
Sannon
half.
steps into it. That's off the iron. Jędrusiak going for the rebound, and Brumley over the back foul. So now 3.6. So you come up empty-handed. You leave enough time on the clock for your opponent to get down the court. And that's what they're going to talk about, how to defend this 3.6 seconds so that they can go into the half with the 6-point lead they currently have.
Right now, Orangeville coach is just trying to see if the ball is going to get advanced. There's enough time left on the clock to either pass down low for a drive attempt, or you're really just looking to get that final 3 ball to end the half.
Carson Hale and Evan Wooters, just 2 returning players for this Orangeville squad. They lost their key contributor in Caden Stuckey last season, averaged nearly 20 points per game. So a new look team, and as time expires, stepping out of bounds was Orangeville as the clock hits zeros. And we'll step aside for the halftime. Orangeville trail by 6 after 16 minutes to play. You're watching the 2024 OSBA Fall Showcase on OSBA TV on YouTube. It is a 4-point lead for Code National Cougars over the Orangeville Prep squad as we begin the third quarter. Good action on the outside results in a shot from Lamar Murray. That's off the mark and into the hands of Thompson Bataka, pushing the pace. Near side, Jordan Richards down low. Brumley working, fading, no. Jędrusiak looking for the pass, short pass to Campbell. And there is a hook being called on Owen Campbell. Turnover on the first offensive possession for Orangeville Prep. Brumley will take it out on the baseline, and just like that, a substitution. Carson Hale in for Owen Campbell. Sannon calls the play out over the timeline. It's Bataka to the right. And we've seen that action numerous times. Bataka into the paint, floater off the backboard and through.
Even though we've seen that play, it's not complicated. It's just a drive down off the screen, you're open. It's working multiple times for Code.
Campbell, jump stop. Doesn't get it to go. Sannon gets the rebound. Head up, looking for somebody. Uses the screen from Brumley. His floater, rim, and out. Loose ball corralled by Murray. Murray has Jędrusiak ahead of him. The shot is up, back iron. Bataka with the rebound. Sannon's right there to receive it. Sannon to the left. Amari Lincoln wants it at the top. Jędrusiak doing a good job staying with Lincoln. Slips there. Lincoln loses the handle. Carson Hale. Woodard, bounce pass, dangerous, but keeps it alive. And now it's Jędrusiak at the top. Lincoln, Murray was wide open. Campbell decided to keep and knocks it out of bounds. So the easy shovel pass to Lamar Murray was there. Instead, it's a turnover.
That's also on. It's hard sometimes when you're so focused on the play you can't really see, but that's. He needs to call it. Murray needs to be louder and say, give me the ball.
Here's Murray with the steal. He's got a teammate beside him. Instead, he fades to the corner. Shot is up, and that's a good decision. 3 points brings the total for Orangeville up to 29. It's a 5-point game. As Jack Brumley hits the floor, trips over Carson Hale's foot. Jacob Sannon uses the screen from Brumley. Top side, behind the back, pass to Brumley. A broken play results in a bailout, and Brumley will head to the free throw line shooting two.
I think that's that street basketball mentality that we're seeing from Sannon's experience, and then the ability to think, okay, he just set me a screen, that means he's open, so he doesn't even have to look to give the behind the back pass.
A timeout on the floor. Just a minute and a half into the third quarter. A lot of early timeout calls from both sides.
It honestly makes me think, too, because this game is so close, there's no need to let a problem drag out. If you see something that you know you can fix by calling a timeout, then I would do that. In the same breath, though, calling a timeout usually means that you're setting up a designed play or system, and it's annoying and almost a waste of a timeout if you take the time to draw a play and then your team goes out there and does the complete opposite.
We haven't had much time to keep our eye on things going on around professional sports, but what we do know, Sydney, is the Bears, your Bears, the 1-2 Bears, are up against the Rams at home. 5 and change to play, 24-18, and the Rams have the ball on their own 18-yard line right now.
Thank you very much for telling me, because honestly, it's been struggle bus since the beginning of the season for the offense. You know?
Well, I mean, it's unfortunate because the rookie quarterback there in Chicago doesn't have much of an offensive line to protect them, and that poses a problem.
I will say, though, an added bonus is that he does have arguably the best wide receiver duo. It's just not having the ability to use them is, I think, what's hindering him at this moment. But enough about the NFL.
No, let's get back
Gosh,
to the
I
product
know.
on this court here, Ontario Scholastic Basketball Association 2024 Fall Showcase. Orangeville trying to do whatever they can to get back into this game, and Code just really keeping their foot pressed on the neck of Orangeville. Foul's going to be called that time. Jacob Sannon reaching in. Isaac Kenny has it on the side out. Cohen Bell, top side. No one down low in the paint. Bell turns, gives it to Murray. Murray working on Sannon. Handoff. Kenny drops his assignment, can't make the shot. Ahead of everyone is Bataka, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2. Thompson Bataka increases the Cougars' lead to 8. 2 minutes gone in the third quarter. Orangeville, what do they have next? Bell, whip, corner 3, in and out for Isaac Kennedy. Mari Lincoln with the rebound. Sannon into the corner. Jordan Richards attacks baseline. Another out-of-bounds play and a turnover, Orangeville prep ball.
I know we talked about, obviously, the impact that these teams and these prep programs can have on the next generation, and Orangeville is just a true testament to that. They have an NBA presence with Jamal Murray, Thonmaker, his brother Makir Maker, Kyle Alexander. We have Lou Dort, a slew of NBA players who have gone through the Orangeville prep program system and are having successful professional basketball careers. It's fantastic to see.
That was a nifty pass from Lucas Jendruziak. Sannon, straightaway 3. Back iron, no. Rebound snagged by Carson Hale. On the far side now. Bell dancing with it. Gets by Sannon, long strides, doesn't get the shot to go, and Lincoln comes away with the rebound. Lincoln has one to beat. Takes it inside, left hand, no. Looks at the ref as if there was contact. You got to get up and get back into play, because if not, Maxwell Matcham is going to get a shot off. It doesn't fall. And here's Lincoln ahead of everybody. He's going to take it this time, wait for some defenders to go by, and that time they call the foul as 3 red jerseys collapse towards Amari Lincoln.
A true testament to not get too focused on the calls you're not getting, because the second you do that, you take your head out of the game mentally and you're focused on the wrong thing. Let your coach, if it's truly something to be argued, your coach will go to bat for you.
Lincoln misses on the second, and Bell slowly over the timeline. He wants some action. No one's moving. Bell's on the far side. He's got Hale down low and kicks it out to Jendruziak at the top. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Amari Lincoln read that one well. Colliding on the ground is a slew of players. Jump ball called. Orangeville maintained possession.
I know we always say, like, physicality is key and, like, you put your body on the line, but in situations like this where I see players just diving into one another on the floor, it can cause some serious injuries. Thankfully, there was nothing there that was that serious, but there's one thing to have your hand on it and kind of go with it while it's on the floor, but there's a complete other thing to just dive out for it.
And there was someone's legs, I thought, for sure,
yes,
in the middle of that. And so they originally said it was code ball. Possession arrow is favoring Orangeville, so we'll see how the referees decide this one.
And obviously, as we've seen from yesterday, they're taking time to kind of wipe a spot that's on the floor there just to ensure the safety of the players and also the referees themselves. Should have brought my broom from home. I could have. Can you imagine commentating and court sweeping at the same time? You know what? I think it gives me a special advantage.
Why is that?
Because I'm so low down, you know, and I can get a good angle. And I can tell you if there was any contact. I could just be the eyes.
How would it be if you were out on the court sweeping and all of a sudden the play shifted back and you had to rush off the court while making the call? Just frantically.
I think it makes more sense in my head than it probably would if I actually were to implement it, but it's all right. It's a good idea.
Richards with the entry pass to Lincoln and met up top, but contact on the arm, so Lincoln goes back to the free throw line. Knocks down the first, does Lincoln. And it's a perfect trip to the line that time. Orangeville taking some time to get set up here in the half court. Bell kicks it out. Hale from 3 off the back of the iron and into the hands of Sannon. Did a good job boxing out Max Matcham. Lincoln wants it. Whip pass to the corner. Desjardins, no. Hale with the rebound. Hale gets around Lincoln. Went for the steal. Here's Bell. Mid-range, yes.
I'm really liking Bell's play style so far in this game. He's, again, we talked about how Orangeville has height, so a lot of their point guards or smaller positions are going to have a lot of height to them already, but he's clinical on the post moves. He also has a good jump shot, so right now he's really all around a true key player on offense for Orangeville.
The shot clock didn't get reset, so that was the reason for the Hornet. It keeps going. Play kept going and resulted in 2 points for Orangeville because Code might have just given up a little bit there. Desjardins, top side. Straightaway 3, yep. That's a nice stroke. No one's picking up Hale, and that's a problem. Coming back, Lincoln just in time to get a fingertip on it. Jordan Richards the other way, no. Hale saves it on the side. Isaac Kenny. Jędrusiak off the side, and Richards with the rebound. Pataka underneath, gets the bucket. Matcham gets a lane. I'm seeing foul called on a reach-in. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. And fresh meat on the floor. It's 4 in, 4 out, both sides.
Coach is telling Bitaka on that one specifically, the second you drop your hands, you're giving the refs an excuse to call a foul. He had positioning. He was there. He did the work on defense. But the second his hands went down and it looked like he was reaching into the lane, of course that any ref in their right mind will call a foul on that. Honestly, don't give them a reason.
Woodard gets it up top. To the left with time and space. The shot is up, back iron, no. Austin Caesar with the rebound and quickly ahead. Looking for a nice 2-for-1 opportunity here, but dribbles it into traffic. Kick ball called. So slowing things down, Code Cougars get a chance in a half-court set on a side out. Desjardins accepts the pass. That one's off the near iron, and Lamar Murray comes away with it. Near side, Wooters. Nothing there. He'll bring it back out. He wants to work with Owen Campbell. Does. Wooter from the free throw line. No, Campbell grabs that rebound. Caesar gets a hand in there, and too much of the arm. So Austin Caesar called for the foul. It's going to be a baseline out of bounds with 5.3 remaining in the third quarter. 44-33, the Cougars lead. Stack formation. All the way to the top. Lamar Murray, 4 seconds left. Uses the screen, throws it up off the iron. Nothing having, and so the Cougars take an 11-point lead into the final quarter break here at the Bill Crothers Secondary School. You're watching the 2024 OSBA Fall Showcase on OSBA TV on YouTube. I'm JJ Everson alongside Sydney Holmes, bringing you inside the gymnasium. We've got one more game following this, highlighting the D-League and junior girls programs. We will bring that one to you at 4:30 tip-off. It is now 5-4. And this day and weekend has absolutely flown by.
The skill level we're seeing from not only the men's side, the women's side as well. And if I'm not mistaken, it's hard to tell from this distance. I'm almost 90% sure. So we have Lamar Murray, who's on Orangeville right now.
Right.
Jamal Murray.
Wow.
Is older brother.
Do we have somebody on research? Can we get our stats team?
I'm almost 90% sure. I'm almost 90% sure.
So that's like 88%?
Correct, yeah. Almost 90%.
I mean, there's a picture with Jamal.
The only thing...
And the trophy, so that's probably a dead giveaway.
So I'd say it's 90% is kind of a good gauge then, I'd say.
More than just a good gauge.
Right? Well, to my point, with that being said, when you already have one with your older brother having such a strong presence at that organization already, that just adds another added level of pressure. But just coming off of a tremendous comeback story to win last season the NBA championships, fellow Canadian as well, obviously, but just seeing how he's able to cement himself as his own player, right? Just being able to kind of have his own play style, his own way to impact the Orangeville roster, I think is profound. And honestly, he already had adversity kind of coming up against him with the Murray family name, but he's really showing true to who he is right now.
Well, here he is on the press after a couple of made threes from Austin Caesar. Extends the lead to 13 from Orangeville Prep. Top side, Campbell. 3 is up. 3 is good. 4 made threes in the last 4 offensive possessions. And here's right from Wikipedia, Jamal Murray, son of Sylvia and Roger Murray. He also has a younger brother, Lamar. And there you have it, 100% certain.
Thanks to Wikipedia.
You're welcome.
No, honestly, they just look so similar. I was like,
they do. I see it now. I didn't see it at first, but I see it now.
Hey, and what a better program, you know, than Orangeville.
Thompson Bataka gives it up to Snag, who goes downhill and misses. Joel Campbell with the handoff. Here's Murray attacking the paint. Kick out. Feet set. Shot up. Rims around and out. And Snag with the rebound. Right to the hands of Caesar. 10-point game. Cougars lead. 6:15 left in the fourth quarter. Woodard gets out on his assignment quickly. Sosu wants the screen. Gets around it. Snag. Attacking. Elevates. Doesn't get it to go. Caesar with the tap. No. Murray with the defensive rebound. Murray ahead to Isaac Kenny. Gets it right back. Murray dead on 3. And even though Austin Caesar was in his landing area, he knocks it down, making it a 7-point game. Here he is, right up on Snag. Samson Sosu turns the corner, and Caesar puts his hand up as he was supposed to be the recipient there. Orangeville Prep with a chance to cut into this lead further as we see Jacob Sannon check back in alongside Amari Lincoln. Jack Brumley ready to come in as well, but can't do so at this point in time. Joel Campbell dancing with it at the timeline. Uses the screen from the other Campbell. Demetrius Woodard wide open. Drains the three. It's a 4-point game, 5 minutes remaining. Orangeville Prep looking to lock in a little bit here on defense. Not allow the Cougars to run away with this one. Thompson Bataka down low. Blocked from behind. Corner shooter Desjardins blocked from the front. Amari Lincoln, straightaway three off to the side. Fighting for the rebound, jump ball. Possession arrow favoring the Orangeville Prep squad. The referees are going to talk about it. Maybe a foul was called.
Either that or my only thought is they're debating again. The problem we've kind of been saying is remaining consistent is who has the jump ball. Because if they're relying off of the score clock and they're not actively switching it, I think is where usually the question lies.
Jack Brumley accepts the pass, shuffles his feet, elevates. Yes, I agree with you, Sydney.
A little bit of a
but
travel.
No call there. Sannon doesn't get it to fall. Here comes Murray. It's a 3-on-1. Demetrius Woodard can't handle the pass from Owen Campbell. Just saw the opportunity in front of him and got a little too excited.
A little bit. It's okay. I mean, stay present. You know, that's as soon as he missed it, everybody was up on their feet, but the coaches were right back in it saying, stay disciplined, stay in it, get back. So they'll get it. They'll get it again. Bit too eager on that one, though.
Here's that Sannon to Bataka motion we've been seeing all game. Working baseline, uses his body to get space, and one opportunity for Bataka.
A little bit of a stare down there.
Yeah, Amari Lincoln is getting vocal with his opponents. Timeout called for the Cougars.
See, this is the best part, too, because a lot of these players do see each other, whether it be on the provincial circuit, national circuit, AAU circuit. You're bound to come into contact with people that you've either grown up playing against, playing with. So it just kind of adds to the camaraderie. So, hey, if I had a friend on that bench too and my teammate got an A1, I'd run right up to them and say it right to their face. In a respectful way, of course, obviously. Just like to say to all the Bears fans who were kind of waiting to see what the final score was, like myself, they did win, 24-18.
Improving to 2-2 on the season.
You know what? And I'm very happy about it. I'm excited to kind of, obviously I've been fully immersed in basketball all day. I've had no time to see anything football related. So I'm very excited to kind of watch the highlights later today, you know?
See how the game unfolded.
Exactly, which is what I know, to kind of bring it back full circle. A lot of these players have told us that in preparation for the regular season, once they kind of get in the full swing of things, they do have set days away from practice where they go over film. So they will be using footage from tournaments like this to actually help elevate their game, to really actually see, because we've said, and I know you mentioned yourself, you're a visual learner. So it's hard to really describe things sometimes and have people really digest it. So being able to see a play breakdown is a better way to know how to counteract it next time.
So Thompson Bataka to the line to add one to the 6-point lead held by the Cougars here with 4:13 remaining. Misses. Brumley, offensive rebound, going right back up with it. Doesn't get the second chance opportunity. Bataka collects another rebound, and there's a foul on Demetrius Woodard. It's going to be a side out this time. No, shooting two. They say he was in the act of shooting. Thompson Bataka misses his second in a row. last time he missed, Jack Brumley was right there to collect the rebound. Both big men in the backcourt right now for the Cougars. Another missed free throw by Thompson Bataka. Joel Campbell to Owen Campbell. Jędrusiak now with the handoff. Woodard. Murray. 3 is up. Back rim. Jędrusiak reaches in. Can't come away with it. Austin Caesar, and he'll give it up to Jacob Sand. 3:40 left. Caesar down inside. Amari Lincoln looking to use his size. Finds Brumley, the big to big, and Brumley finishes the play. Woodard thought about it. Far side Murray. Campbell wants it. Murray makes a move to the basket. Poked away. Last touch by Sannon. It'll be Orangeville basketball. Woodard uses the screen. Stops up. Bails out. Jędrusiak gives it to Campbell. Ill-advised steal from Lincoln. Jędrusiak 3. Jędrusiak able to get open because his defender had to give some attention to Campbell after Amari Lincoln went for the steal there. Here's Jack Brumley inside. And Lamar Murray's getting beat up down low.
I don't know if how clear kind of the view is to the entirety of the Orangeville bench, but they need so much space that they've had to actually bring 3 chairs over to accommodate their entire staff. I just think that's fantastic, you know? I mean, it's, the tribe runs deep over there at Orangeville.
Jack Brumley now at the free throw line off the back of the iron. So in the last 3.5 minutes here, the Cougars have left 4 points at the free throw line, maintaining a 5-point lead, and make it 6. It's a 2-possession game, under 3 remaining. Owen Campbell, far side. Picks up the dribble, is in trouble. Who's going to bail him out? Jędrusiak. Timeout called. Orangeville Prep not liking what they're seeing there, so they want to talk things over with 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Stuck 6.
There's a bit of communication happening there on the floor.
So no timeout, or?
I think maybe it was a miscommunication on if Orangeville maybe wanted one, or
well,
if
we
they
are
don't
right
have
back
any.
into the play here. Coach is still on the floor for the Cougars, and Woodard has it with 1 to beat. Pulls up the 3. Swish. 3-point game. It's a 1-possession game. This one, an absolute classic of the weekend. One of 2 games so far that I recall going well down to the wire. We are 2.5 away from the final buzzer. This one has all the makings of a great game. Good defense by Orangeville. Puts the Cougars in a tough spot. 6 seconds on the shot clock with the baseline out of bounds. We got to watch Jędrusiak down there on Amari Lincoln. Brumley gets it topside. Sannon fading. Shot is up off the iron, and no one moving into the rebound. Brumley gets the better of Woodard on that one. 5-point lead. Code. Here's Lamar. Murray pulls up. Bottom. Big time bucket, Lamar Murray. No one's picking up Bataka. Jędrusiak stays there. Loose ball collected by Demetrius Woodard, and Orangeville running up the court, and Austin Caesar just runs into Woodard, slowing down the guys in red, forcing it a side out.
Times like these are where you truly, when the gym gets more animated and it's a close game, you truly need to be able to listen to your coach. The only problem is I'm having a hard time figuring out which one of the coaches is actually the one that's kind of leading the charge. I know it's obviously a full team effort, but the last time the Orangeville was on defense, all 5 of them were standing up. In my mind, I wouldn't know who to listen to first.
D. Woodard from way beyond the arc, and I'm not sure if that was the play that was drawn up on the inbound there. It seemed to me that there could have been more options and more time to find the best shot. Double teaming Sannon as he comes over the timeline. Jędrusiak almost comes away with it. Lincoln down low, and late to the rejection is Hale. Lead up to 4. Woodard far side working on Lincoln. Can he shake him? Moving baseline, he can. Floater, no. Hale with the rebound and the putback. No one picking up Thompson Bataka, but it's okay because he misses the bunny. Campbell gives it up. Jędrusiak for 3. Bottom, and Orangeville have a 1-point lead. 60 seconds left. Sannon uses the screen from Brumley. Moves downhill. Nice Euro step. Gets the second chance opportunity. Brumley finishes it off. Jacob Sannon caught reaching. 38.3. It's a 1-point game. Cougars back on top.
I will say that's not a bad foul to give, especially when you have some wiggle room getting 2 bonus. More so because if you're a step behind, stop the action of play rather than being a man down. More of like a tactical foul in that sense.
Jędrusiak with a burst of speed. Blocked at the top by Lincoln. Lincoln taps it to himself. Can he keep it in bounds? He does. Thompson Bataka. Double teamed. Lamar Murray up on Sannon. Austin Caesar. Amari Lincoln. Back to Caesar. Foul called. Joel Campbell gets his hands on Caesar. Stop the clock. Caesar says he was in the act of shooting, but he was literally at half. I don't think he'll get the benefit of the doubt there.
It's worth a shot. As we know, we have 2 Orangeville teams in this tournament on the men's side. And it seems like the coaches from the other team are kind of just lending a bit of a helping hand, you know.
Love to see that.
Yeah, giving a separate eye. I think there's a conversation happening now deciding on how many timeouts the teams have each.
Yeah, there's something that's being disputed over there. Officials over at the scores table. Okay, timeout.
I think there was a question on if Code even had a timeout left to use. But after a bit of discussion, they've confirmed that they do have the final timeout of the game here.
.2 on the game clock, 15 on the shot clock. Side out of bounds, Code Cougars, who are up 1 on Orangeville. You think fouling is in the question here for Orangeville?
It's hard because what I would tell, if I was Orangeville right now, I wouldn't let the clock get under 10 without a foul. If within the first 5 seconds you're able to kind of exactly, if you're able to get the ball in transition, I would focus on that first. As soon as that clock hits 10, I would be telling my team whoever's closest to the ball needs to foul. But I wouldn't let the clock drop below that because anything less than 10 doesn't really give you a lot of options in terms of plays. So they have 5 seconds to work with, but after that, I would foul.
You've got to expect nobody guarding the inbounder.
Mm-hmm. I'd hope not.
Double team on Sannon or Lincoln. But the last time they let Bataka just wide open.
I will also say I've been really loving how Brumley's been playing so far in this game. His physicality, consistent all tournament, but he's really showing his strength and also his putbacks. Before, he would have the ball up top, bring it down. I know you hate this, would bring the ball down where the defense is and then get it swatted away. But now he's keeping it high and scoring. So he's also another option too. The only problem is are you able to get it to him down low within enough time?
So the Cougars take the court. And they're going with one big. Amari Lincoln, the only big.
Oh, Brumley's taking a seat on the bench here. It's honestly a very specific play they're probably looking to run.
Jacob Sannon's down low, guarded by Woodard. Lincoln is draped by Jandrusiak. Off the back of Campbell, and then Campbell fouls immediately, so that's going to be another side out.
That's a smart play.
Austin Caesar trying the flashy inbound play. So, and good on Campbell for having his head on a swivel and realizing, you know, just before it hit him that it was coming his way. You got to anticipate that again. Now he's looking. Thompson Bataka, foul. One more foul, and then they'll be in the bonus.
Their best bet is to just eliminate that inbound play as hard as they can.
Woodard goes for the steal, and last touched by Woodard as he was stepping out of bounds. That was another photo finish, right? Who had it? Was it Sosu or Woodard? 13 seconds left in the game. It's a 1-point game. The Cougars lead. They call the foul on Joel Campbell. And Thompson Bataka, who struggled from the free throw line today, will go to shoot 2 with 10.5 remaining. People starting to leak into this gymnasium from all over the school as they hear whispers of a close ending in the main gym. Bataka misses the first, leaving the door open.
Interesting decision to not put anybody inside to get the rebound.
Bataka misses the second. Lamar Murray ahead. Campbell, step through. Second chance opportunity. No foul called, last touched by the Cougars. And a timeout being called by Orangeville, 0.3 seconds. And this is kind of like you got to throw it up to the rim and tap it in.
Yeah.
This is not a catch and shoot situation.
No.
Although, to be fair, with the the human error, or I shouldn't say error, but the discrepancy in reaction time.
Yes.
Scorer's table might not get the clock going.
I was gonna say.
Right at the moment of contact.
And
with the ball.
that's always been kind of like a hidden secret with basketball players, is when the whistle blows or we catch it, there is a delay. There's a natural delay from like actually starting the clock. So they have maybe what, 0.6 seconds. Maybe it's enough to catch and kind of shoot.
There's only and the refs keeping their whistle in the pocket there. I mean, they're a lot of arms flying around.
Which is the Orangeville bench was on their feet. But I can understand maybe not on the first attempt, but with the second attempt, it's human nature to want to. It doesn't matter. At any point, your hands are going to swing. So it's interesting that they didn't see a foul in that play. Who are you calling the shot on this one?
I think it's going to be a tip play at the basket. Carson Hale, number 3 in red. Amari Lincoln's just going to stand under the basket, not allow that to happen. Maybe Woodard tries to come from the backside. Either way, it's Owen Campbell on the baseline. And right there, Hale, nope, nothing happening. And Code take the victory, 60-59. And we have one more game on the schedule. Stick with us, won't you, for the final game of the OSBA 2024 Fall Showcase. It is the Junior Girls D-League, highlighted next